Okay, some tips for tie-dye before we begin. First thing you might want to get is some gloves so your fingers don't get dyed different colors. The next up, you're going to want some soda ash. You'll soak your project, about 30 minutes in the soda ash. It helps hold on to the colors. You want to make sure that your markers are washable markers so they're not permanently staining your project. Rubber bands, twine, sinew, whichever you want to use. I use a combination and also different sizes of rubber bands. You might want a ruler, a protractor, a circle, anything like that. It depends on how anal you get, and I've been told I'm kind of anal sometimes. So your dye now comes in a different, you can use the bigger bottles to mix your own, or you can buy it in pre-measured, different colors and packages. You can buy the bottled you mix yourself, or the powder that you mix yourself. This little cap here is a little tip. This is a little cap from it's the end of a mechanical pencil, and you can color code them, or you can use one for all of them. It doesn't matter. Get a little bit of your hot glue, and you go around the tip of this. You don't want to do it inside here. You want to do it on the tip of this, and you don't make sure you don't block the hole. And you just put that on there and hot glue that with some hot glue, and it gives you more control of where your ink's going, especially if you're getting into more detailed tie-dyes. A little mixing cup for if you mix your own. And I think that's it. Well, then of course you want either your t-shirt or your whatever your project may be. So let's get started. Okay, I thought we would start out with doing something simple, simple design like a heart. And I tend to get my patterns because I'm not very good at drawing hearts. So just a piece of paper, fold it in half. Just make half your heart. That way they match, you know. To fold your shirt, you're going to take the middle here and the middle here, down here, of just the front. Unless you want to do it on the front and back the same. But I want to do it on just the front. So there we have the front half of the shirt. Fold it in half. Just like that. Take our design, which is going to be a heart, and put it right on the crease. And you take your washable marker. I don't know, can you see that? That's a little better. Okay, so you got your pattern right on the crease there. And you just draw around it with a washable marker. Okay. The thing with doing a pattern or a picture is to get your outline into a straight line. That's where you can cut, where you can tie it with a rubber band. So to do that, you just gather it and gather it. Make sure you gather it. It's got to be in a straight line. Gather it, gather it, gather it. Okay. Not quite straight. Bring that up. Okay. And then we take the rubber band. Since this is a little kid shirt, it's kind of small. We'll double the rubber band right off the get-go. Slide it on there. Keeping that in a straight line. You want to pinch that and keep it in a straight line. Maybe tighten your rubber band a couple times. Okay. So that part's going to be our heart. And use a clean table. Okay, so for the next one, we're just going to kind of gather around that way, gather around this way. Because we want to outline the heart. So we'll take another rubber band. And we're going to put it right about there. Twist it around a couple times. Okay. Now here's where you got to make a choice. You can either just gather it around. You can try and make a spiral. You can do a fan fold. But I think since this is for a beginner, we're just gonna gather around and do it that way. It's a lot simpler. And you just kind of gather it. And then you can do it to where your lines are perfect and even, or just gather it, give it that really cool, authentic look, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to gather it all around. And you want to fold up this a little bit better. Kind of give it a little fan fold in there. There we go. And some more rubber bands. And you can use as many rubber bands as you like, as few as you like. The tighter the rubber band, the harder it is for the dye to get through. So that's what gives you your white spots, or your clear spots, I guess, or good outlines. And we'll put one at the bottom here to hold it. And we better put one here for shits and giggles. Okay. So let's go get some dye. Okay. So here we go with our heart tie-dye. And this end here is our heart. And I've decided we'll do a bright pink for the heart. Oh, and my bottle's leaking. You gotta be really careful with that, because then it'll drip to different colors in spots you don't want it. Okay, and then for outline, we'll do a little purple. I don't want it too thick, but you can do it as thick as you want. And then maybe some teal. And I'm going to leave little white lines in between. Turn it over if you want. Get this side. And I tend to be heavy-handed with the dye, which sometimes is not a good thing. A little more pink. We're leaking. I want to go good with the pink. Make that the main color. Yeah, see, I got spots here from it splattering already. It's not a good thing. And it's kind of thick right there, so I'm going a little heavier than I did on the ends. Roll it over, get this end. Some more purple. And we'll make the end pink too. Okay. And next, some people don't do this step, but I do. I put it in a plastic bag and I put it in the microwave, and I microwave it for 45 seconds to a minute, and then I leave it in the plastic bag and leave it sit at least 8 hours to overnight. Okay, and we'll be back. Well, it's been 8 hours, so let's do the big reveal. See how it turned out. I like to rinse mine before I unwrap them. That way it just keeps the colors from bleeding less. You know, your reds tend to bleed, some of your purples, things like that. So I like to rinse them a little bit before I open them. But let's see. And there we have it. Ta-da! Thanks for watching.